on YouTube here too. So, all right. So, all right. I'm gonna do a quick intro for YouTube. Hey, happy new moon. We're here with. Oh shoot! I don't want to mess up my freaking. We're here with TikTok right here. Just imagine TikTok people. And yeah, we're just here. We're chatting. We were talking about how we're feeling, and I was saying how I was dreading coming on live because I've been like in the shadows for a while, cooking up some stuff, cooking up some things, and yeah, I didn't want to come on, but now I'm here, and I'm like, okay, I feel it. I feel good. Okay, now we can focus. All right, so you are nowhere near old. I know, but I felt it, Jeff. I mean, I feel like a little like, yeah, like inexperienced. Like, I haven't been on like this social media world. Like, what's going on here? Like, what did I miss? Like, that's kind of how I feel. Um, Okay, you said okay. So someone else said annoyed, which, by the way, that will be very, very aligned with. Or let me not say someone else. Let me say your name. Nay, if you're still here, said that you were feeling annoyed. And what's the T? Feel free to share however you want. But annoyed is very aligned with the energy. If we're gonna bring in astrology here, because with Aries, you could be like, I mean, you could be Aries is loud, is ruled by Mars. So it's like you could be feeling loud with whatever how you feel. If you already feel happy and excited, you just gonna feel like more kind of in that energy. But also the other shadow side of Aries energy could be like sometimes stirring up that fire energy, irritation, or sometimes if we're like bothered more by people or just kind of like, yeah, just fire. So it could be good fire or it could be like, like irritated fire or whatever, but it just fires it up. It flames it up. I mean, I'm speaking general, obviously, always with astrology. I always have to speak general because, like, don't want to like put things out there for people to like, feel like some type of way about or overanalyze. Obviously, your own experience. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, so I just wanted to really come on here. Let's actually talk about kind of like I posted a YouTube or an Instagram video. I posted, let me calm down. Fire. I posted a video asking two questions that I wanted to know your like what comes up when you hear these two like questions that align with the current energy. Like honestly, these two questions represent kind of what I have been getting intuitively for the past couple weeks. And what's up, Shadays? Welcome here. We're here talking about how we're feeling right now, and then we're gonna answer. We're gonna share what things we feel when we hear about these two things, which by the way, shoot, I probably should have had. Oh, okay, let's just talk about. Okay, the first one is so the progress, the journey of becoming. Okay, that's been a big theme. I'm gonna say, like, I don't know if you guys been feeling it this month, but it's like becoming into this not, I mean, like newer version of ourselves. And when they say becoming, it's more like the remembrance of who we were, but now we're getting like more solidified into that. Obviously, as us being on the spiritual journey, I always got to say these past couple years have been rough. I don't know, I'm not speaking for you guys, but for me and a lot of people I know, it's been rough. A lot of shedding, a lot of hey, oh gosh, I'm trying to say your name, Sierra. What's up? Welcome. We're talking about preach. Omar. Hey, Omar. Oh my God, Scorpio in the building. I know Omar because he was a part of past events. So if I like shout out people, it's because they've been a part of events. I host events that bring people together and bring astrology and all the fun things. Okay. Tone, what's up? So we were talking about becoming, coming. It's an Aries moon today. Aries is all about identity, self. Who are you, and how can you like live that boldly? And I feel like there's been a lot of like astrologically speaking Piscean themes, which is like past stuff related. Then we got Cancer. It's like this past and healing, past healing, and it's like that has been like like water like wave through. Like it's been like kind of, we've just been in the waves of just like trying to tug. I don't know, like when you're at the beach and let me try to give out this visual. When you're at the beach and you're in the water, but like, and you're trying to like, no, wait, it's coming to me. And you like trying to move your feet, right? And obviously it's water, so like it's so much more you can go. But then imagine that you're like there's a bunch of waves. You get what I'm saying? It's like walking through the waves to define, to like shed like the last bit of that water stuff is gone, the past, the healing. I mean, and it's like, okay, we finally have are solidifying our true identity. Okay, am I making sense? Can someone say something for me to? Hey, Jess. Why are you stealing my name? I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, I guess I missed social media after all. It's just an excuse for me to be loud and just excited. But anyway, so becoming, okay? So what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Does anybody feel like they've been on the journey to becoming this new version of themselves, which honestly, I would not say it's like new per se. It's just you kind of deciding to like be your true self, be your true self. And maybe it makes me feel like the self within you, like that inner child, or like what you always loved, but maybe you've kept it hidden, and now you're deciding to like be like, no, I am this, and this is who I am, and I'm just gonna be it out loud. Yeah. Yes, you do. You feel that way, Omar? Yes, been feeling it this month, dealing with irritation of the process, but it's all with becoming. Oof, yeah, Jeff. Yeah, I understand what the new I'm bringing in. Yeah, the irritation. That's second thing of like irritation. Someone mentioning the irritation. Yeah, honestly, real like true. True. When I think of irritation, for me, when I hear that word, it makes me feel like how I have been feeling like sat by like okay, when I speak spiritually, by the way, like my belief like is in God. So if you don't believe in God, you can put whatever higher belief you have in there. But I will use God, but just know that doesn't mean I'm like trying to speak for everybody. But for me, I feel like God has had me sat, like forcing me to sit as an Aries moon, like to have boundaries around like my energy, and like forcing me to be more alone, which I mean I have been alone. But like there's a point where like I have, over the past couple years have like, or not, whatever, last year was more in isolation, right? Because I needed to heal. Like for anybody who's been on this journey with me, I had a breakup last summer, and that was huge for me because I was with I was in a relationship for all my 20s. I'm 30 now, and like it was like abrupt kind of ish, and I had and I had to move, and it was just like a lot. And okay, thank you. What's that? I don't know, but cool. And yeah, it was a lot. Okay, and my confidence was like shitted on. Okay, it was like just, and it was weird because I grew up like filled with like my mom had poured so much confidence in me, and like I grew up with like being staying true to yourself and being this confident. And it's crazy how like a situation could just like throw that away. Like you can like feel like I wasn't myself, right? And it was like also at the same time where I wanted to show up for others, and I was trying to do my community and my gatherings and put myself out there. There's a lot. Anyways, the point is, where was I going with that? Shoot. This is what wait, hold on. Crap. Come on. Okay, I don't know where I was going with that. Let me look to see. Xavier. Oh, my brother's on here. Hey, bro. Actually, hey, bro, you're an Aries, okay? So how you feeling? Aries in the building? Aries moon. It's a new moon. He probably doesn't know what this means. When you're an astrologer, you have siblings who know you're an astrologer, but still don't know astrology. Shame on you. Anyways, let me know. Oh, thank you for the rose. Okay, I was saying something. Shoot, why I was going somewhere with that. Um, yeah, I lost it. Anybody want to say anything? Shoot, dang it. We were talking about becoming. We were talking about becoming. Why is this thing? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Buddy boy, how you doing, buddy boy? How you doing, session 29? Ooh, oh my goodness. I'm sweating already over here. This is why I don't need to drink. I don't drink. I know we're going, how we end up talking about healing. Now we're talking about drinking. I don't drink because I low key feel like people get me high. Like when I get excited, when I get passionate, like I don't even need drugs or alcohol. That would not be good for me. I don't even know where that would take me. I already feel like okay. Anyways, it don't matter. It's not about me, guys. Say something so I can stop talking about myself. Shoot, I was going somewhere with that freaking conversation. I was talking about confidence. I was talking about shedding. I was talking about water. Nope. Don't know. Lost it. Okay, let's see. Even though we are feeling the irritation. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeff. The word irritation. Even though we are feeling the irritations, there are signs of new beginnings and hope. For sure. I mean, definitely. Definitely. And that's what I want to tell like people that's been on this journey. Oh my goodness, just it's just knowing there's not a matter of like if whatever it is that you have been wanting and really like passionate or been waiting for is not a matter of if. It's going to happen. Okay, don't make me come to this phone. I'm just kidding. No, but it's gonna happen, and I say this passionately because I talk, I have family that I talk to about this. When it comes to like faith, it comes easier to some people than others. And I live my life off of faith and hope. I mean, that is why I've been able to get everything. Like it's not a matter of like that, but it's that patience. And then obviously the how sometimes like the road be like you be walking right and then you got to make a left, then you got to move back a couple steps, then you got to go jump up and high in sky and then go back around, and then it's just like, and then also with this patience time, because Saturn, okay, I'm bringing astrology in this, but this is like patience, or just like being, it's like these little bits of moving forward, but it's like you gotta be like very like discerning, and like you can't be trying to like speed through the process of things. Okay, anyways, I'm getting excited. Let's talk about the irritation though. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, the irritation, because I had that time of being needing to like go in the hut and heal last year after all the transitions, all the endings that happened, all the shedding, and I was okay with that. I needed it, like like I needed to like have that time. But then I started to like feel like I was ready to get out again. So I did. I mean, if you guys have been following my like posts, like I went to dance class, and I like what else did I do? Actually, I started off going to like a Buddhist monastery because I just felt drawn to do that. And that was cool. That was my first time like being around other people as a new single girl, woman. And it was just like, interesting to just experience that. And I've always been kind of like attracted, or to like Buddhist, and just because I do like mindfulness and meditation. And then I went to a salsa dance class, and that was like, ooh, spicy. Oh my gosh, like hots all around. And then I got to live my salsa girl fantasy, like watching the movies and got in the little salsa guys, like, and that was cute. It was cool. And then like other stuff, but now I'm feeling like God has like been like, nah, now you got to chill out and actually focus on self so you can do. And it's like, anyways, the point is there's irritation about that, because it's like when you get a glimpse of something and then it feels like, okay, now you got to taste, but now you got to focus, like, or you got to be patient through it, or it's not the full thing, or it's like this in out kind of situation, or however, sometimes it's hard for me to like put, I mean, if you are spiritual, intuitive, gifted, it's hard to put things into words sometimes, you know. So hopefully, I'm doing it. Due diligence. But yes, the irritation because it's like, man, I don't want to wait. Man, I want it now. Why you playing with my feelings? Like, well, or this, like, so many things. I know that's how I feel. That's big Aries energy. I mean, Aries moves, like irritation, or just like maybe other people too. I mean, I'm not around other people often. So I'm sure if I was around other people and I'm already going through what I'm going inside, yeah, there would be some irritation for sure. Okay. Anyways, I'm just ranting. See, this is why I don't like lives. I don't even like. This is why I really like my events and seeing people, because then I get to pick on y'all because I see you face to face and you had to talk. It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good. No, Jeff, don't tell me to keep going. Yeah, it's easy for you while you behind the screen. Omar, you see, I'm trying. Okay, anyways. Okay, has anybody Arno into his house? Arno, what's your astrology sign? Okay, let's see if anybody else has been talking here. Met someone that had nearly the same birth chart. Didn't to you, Omar? Oh, that's crazy. How was that experience? Did you guys get along? Like, I know sometimes with that, I'm learning just a lot with like compatibility. That's another thing of like, just because someone may have the same things as you, it may seem great, but also like that could also be like your mirror, or like cause some sort of irritation. Just way too much death and rebirth. Okay, sorry, I was rambling, so I'm like catching up with like comments. Ooh, yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. The death and rebirth. Just wait, the endings, beginnings, like the shedding. Becoming comfortable. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but it's like a little weird. But we cool. Okay. Yeah, no, I do feel that. It's kind of cool though to see, but yeah, it is a little weird. It's kind of like yeah, like a person in here, Jeff. We have like kind of similar things, not identical charts, but I only know because I've given him a chart reading and stuff like that. But yeah, it's interesting to see how like the same energies are, because we're still different, you know, but then you gotta get to see like your things. Okay, King Shine in the house, Harlem. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, King Shine. Come in with the energy. Oh my gosh, but now I'm a little scared because when people come in live with energy, and no shade, but they're guys. Hey, no shade. I'm a woman here, and sometimes it's hard out here for women and guys. You got to be discerning, okay? Especially on live on the internet. So is this good energy or but hey, King Shine. How many people in here want to bet that King Shine got some fire in him? Like, coming in here like that. King Shine, please know your astrology sign. What's your astrology sign? And if you don't know what's your astrology sign, I'm gonna need to know your birthday. Because you gotta have some fire coming up in here. Like, oh, I knew! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. Yes, that makes so. Oh my! Of course, Leo gonna come in and make himself known. That's like so. Oh my god. Astrology, so fun. Okay, how you doing, King Shine? Today's a new moon in Aries. Today's a new moon in Aries. So we're talking about big feelings. How you feeling right now? 8. Oh wow. Oh, that's so special. 8's a good number. In numerology year, I don't know if you know about numerology, but I'm going through an 8-year, whatever the heck that means. But somebody told me that. Actually, I do know it's about like others, whatever. But you're fantastic. Oh my goodness, King Shine. So we were, oh, that's great. We love that. We love that. So, okay, with the new moon, okay, we were talking about becoming, this energy of becoming. But we're also gonna move a little bit into and you can tell me because new moons are all about new beginnings. Okay, so if you guys have any like new things happening, do you have any new things you're starting or anything you're feeling like I want to do this, I want to start this, I'm ready for this, da 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 da. I want to act on this. I want to be bold and like just put myself out there and do it, do the dang thing. You could be feeling that. But the next thing I want to talk about was being bold. Like, so the other thing is like being bold in the things that you want to do, even if you don't see the results yet. For example, like for me, I am, well, I don't know how many people know. I keep saying, because I don't know if you guys are been following me or you guys are just getting whatever. But I host gatherings where I bring like-minded people together, people who are spiritual into astrology, and I help them connect with their people, help them find their people. And I now I'm going to be hosting some next weekend, and also you're on live, so the people are on live, get to know. I'm also going to be doing it virtually the weekend after, so I'm going to be hosting 4 locally in Decatur, Georgia, but I'm also going to be hosting 4 virtually. And yeah, so but these gatherings are new and like are new-ish. I mean, it's like forming into kind of what I had pictured it, because when you get something on your heart, you know it's just there, but you got to like make it real. But that's a process, because that takes time. You may try something and then it may what I was thinking about when I was outside is like, I feel like when like I was looking outside in the backyard at the trees, and I was like, what I feel right now is that uh or maybe you could think of it as a picture. As a picture, like the picture has been blurry, okay? And that picture is whatever it is that you wanted, whether or it's you, it's your identity, or it's something that you want, or it's this thing that you have been wanting to take action on, or a dream, or whatever it's freak. And it's been blurry for a long time, but it feels like now it's starting to like get unblurred. And it's like, oh, like you're seeing its form. Like, oh, like, yo, like I can finally see it now. It's solidified. And that's cool. And I think that's where this new moon, and it has to do with our identity. So maybe it's like we are starting to really get solidified in our truth and what we actually want. And now it's like, so are you gonna dare yourself to I'm trying to like put the words, but are you gonna like be bold and be loud about it now, like like that? Yes, I see what you're talking about. Step out on faith. Yes. So what are you stepping out on faith on, King Shine? Yes, stepping out on faith. Big, 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 big. Yes, because with faith you can't see it. And that's the biggest thing you have to tell yourself. Like every time you're like, you gotta just like move, move, put one foot, and just know you're not, faith is you don't see it. That's the point. Like you gotta act, and what I feel for this like energy is like the more that you move and you act on it, the more that picture, that dream, whatever, starts to get like clearer, and you get to like, right now you gotta move to like know the next step. It's not like, I felt like last year, especially beginning of this year, and then once again I'm bringing astrology energy into this, me starting over life. I manifest everything that I do and everything that I want. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. I love that. I love to start over. That's everybody. That's actually a very aligned to this new moon. It is like starting over, fresh starts, big fresh. Meaning that past stuff that's gone. It's gone. Like it's over. And you do now, like it is like that fresh start. And once again, you may still get the feelings of it, you know. It may not be as strong. It may come in waves or whatever past stuff, you or other stuff. It's definitely like going and picking up my inner child. Ooh, Omar, you always like pull my heartstrings with the way that you like talk. That's so, I felt that. Anybody else felt that image? It's definitely going, yes, truly. And that's, and then like when I was sitting outside and I was just realizing like me, like once again feeling solid and like who I like who I am, which is a crazy thing because listen, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like I really am trying to find like my community and like people who are like who in real life, okay, in real life. I mean, I mean, in online too, yes, which is great, but it's harder to do it like in person. Um, because you can be who you are or be yourself when you're by yourself, but like what about when you're in a group of people, you know? What are you like, for example, like all these different places I've been telling you guys that I've been going to different places now. The one thing that I don't do is like share that I'm like an astrologer and I'm spirit, like I don't share that. And I'm just like, why? And it's like that part of me that still feels like I'm hiding or whatever people are gonna think. And you know, like I'll say something general, like if they ask about where I work or what I do for work, you know, I'll be like general. I'll just always say social media because that's what I do for work. Like I do social media marketing. Um, so that's my safe haven to just say, yeah, I'm just social media marketer, or I'll say I work in wellness, you know, like I don't really like say, and it's like that's me hiding myself, and it's like girl, how are you gonna be able to attract the right people for you if you're not even like being bold and like who you truly are? Like the heck? What if like you know, and then you get mad that you're not finding your people, but you're not even like sharing like who you are. And you know it's scary. It seems so simple, right? And that's what you were talking about inner child, and now that I'm realizing who I want, like who I am, it does make me sad because I think about that part of us like freaking when we were kids and things were so simple, like we were just our true selves, we were just running and like beings, and like yeah, it was so like to think about that. And it makes me sad because it's like dang, as adults life hardened, or we allowed life to harden us or something. Like I don't want to say like victim mentality. I don't want to, but yeah, life can, and the people that we put ourselves around and that, you know, out of genuine like, you know, love or whatever, friendship, whatever, not really like thinking that being more discerning or maybe not even knowing how to be discerning, or just jobs we were at that were in a lie. I mean, there's so many things that let us lose that identity that we had as a kid, or like we lost it, or lose it. I'm trying to once again put my thoughts into words, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. And it's like that unraveling now, or remembrance of like that inner child, and really like how can we like bring that as an adult so we can then like connect or bring in what we need to bring in anyway. So all right, I'm done. Bye. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Worried about authentic acceptance. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, frig, that's what makes me irritated. That's what makes me irritated. Knowing that I keep dimming my light, or like dimming my true self to fit. You know, that's how I said, to fit in. And it's like, but I don't want to fit in. And I try my best not to, but maybe like I'd still do it subconsciously. And it's just, yeah, that gets on my nerves because it's just like, why is it that hard? It seems so simple, like just be yourself, right? It seems so simple. No, I'm not. No, I'm not Panamanian, but are you? Trust is like a rock. Once you break it, it's never the same. Yeah, well, that's why we got to bring in, when I think of you saying that, like compassion and forgiveness. Forgiveness is healing. It's needed. It's so needed. Like, who are we to judge? You know, that, and that's something that came to me of like, that is, we, there's stories behind why people do what they do, meaning like it goes down to their like bloodline, or it's just like we just don't know the full story to things. So we gotta, yeah, just gotta have whole compassion and grace for people. I don't know if you're talking about people, but that was just like the first thing that came to my mind, and that's a part of the healing and learning, and that's not easy. Easier said than done, right? Um, but hey, Queen C. It's simple when you stop worrying about it and just continue being. Yeah, yeah. And when you get over the fear, right? When you get over the fear, I want to tell you guys a story a little bit. Or, okay, so today is usually the day that I don't know if you guys have heard or watched my videos, but I did try out Bible study, okay? Um, I haven't, I felt called to the Bible, okay? That's a part of the remembrance, because I feel like, I don't know if you guys get the same feeling. I'm getting a little congested here with all the pollen and me talking and stuff like that. What, anyways, but I feel like the things that we used to like to do, like our childhood, feels like a core piece of us, like remembering and growing back into and taking some of the things that was solid in our childhood, or traditional, or traditions, perhaps, I don't know, maybe not everybody, but um for me it has. And like the Bible was important in that sense. Like my mom always raised me like to have a relationship with God over like going to church and doing all the stuff like that. But I didn't know that she, you know, but she always was big on the Bible and stuff like. But I never felt aligned to that, because I was more free spirited and wanted to da da da. So, but that has randomly came to me, like, you know, as in intuitive people, souls, like certain things you just get or come to us. And like randomly last year, randomly Bible verses kept coming to my mind. I didn't even know, I don't even read the Bible, like I didn't even know how to spell these things, but it just came to me and I leaned into it, blah blah blah. Okay, so anyways, that's a part of a tool on my path that aligns with me. And was like, felt called to, all right, let me try Bible study. You know, I went to Buddhist monastery, I went to Bible, like I'm just like trying to just go to different spaces and open and just observe and see. And I love hearing other people and their thoughts, regardless of their religion. And not, I'm just curious, you know. And so I went there, and yeah, like I did not say obviously that I'm an astrologer. I just said that because we would go every time we would open up, and I felt like that's been like a big secret of mine. Because I'm like, what would people think that, you know? But then I'm just like, but then again, I'm wanting to be there and connect with people, and so that part of me feels like I'm starting to get frustrated with that, because I'm just like, I've been going, I enjoy it, but it's like, and I've been making connections, but it's just like it feels like a falseness to it, because it's like, but I'm not being my true self, you know. And I may be making connections, but what if they're connections with the outward shell that I'm putting out, but there's other parts of me that is not authentic, if that makes sense. um so anyways, but yeah, it's just the fear, right? Because, you know, if you put yourself out there and then that makes people shut you out just because they may not have certain beliefs or certain things. Yeah, of course, that's gonna be like fearful, right? But then it's like, why would you want to build a relationship based off of like inauthenticity, right? And I mean, yeah, so there's just so many things about that. That's been an interesting journey. Um, MG, you look so much like people there. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks. How was it? The Bible study? The dogma is real sometimes. Um, tell me more about that, Omar. But be yourself is tell me more about that statement. The dogma is real. Could you expand on that? But being yourself. The Bible study, it was honestly okay. So when I say Bible study, I'm sure I don't know what people think their perceptions of that is. I know for me, if I didn't know anything about Bible study before because I have never been to a Bible study. So before I'm thinking people are just like in the Bible, like reading it. But this is more of a conversational thing. So it's like it honestly, there's a lot. It's like black people, like mostly. I mean, there are some white people, but it's like it honestly makes me feel like being at a family reunion or something. Like that's how it feels. Like good. Like it feels like family just sitting there having conversations, but it's more about, hey, this Bible verse, or we read, or there's something about like we're on different sections, and it's pretty much like, what's your thoughts? You know, kind of like how I'll be saying, like, okay, this is the astrology. What is you guys' thoughts? So it's not preachy or anything. It's more of like conversational about, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? How is this applying to our lives? Da 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 da. Okay, so that's why I like it, because I can hear people's perspectives, but also I'm an astrologer and I know that everything's connected. So that's what I also love. Like it's just like going to different places, hearing what people are talking about, and knowing as an astrologer what's going on. And then every time it always connects. And so yeah, as while I'm in Bible study, I'm kind of like this secret I got, and I'm not trying to make it secret, but I just feel like oh shoot, that the topic aligns exactly with what we talking about in my mind, you know, and it's just so it's interesting to hear, but it's just like, yeah, it's just interesting, but it also makes me think, you know, another thing is it makes me realize that we're all the same, number one, duh, but also, you know, I think I don't know how to describe it. I want to be like discerning, but you can't judge a book by its cover, I guess. Like even if I don't know how to describe it. I want to be conscious of what I'm saying. But you just can't judge a book by its cover. Like just because people may look this certain way, or they're doing certain things, or they appear, or they're in this group or whatever, like they're like I don't know. I just feel like anyway, let me move forward from that. Another view, you're turning up your filter so the things you want will come to you. Yes, I like that. Yes. That reminds me of, yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, the fear of being yourself in judgmental groups. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, that's what you meant by the dog. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Omar. Yeah. Listen here. But yes, and also, I feel like everybody has a bit of judgment in them. Every group has that. Whether they want to admit it or not. It's like sometimes I even gotta check myself, or just like, I mean, there's just so many things. And then you know what I was thinking? Like how a lot of people judge people or groups based off of their one experience or two experiences or three, you know, of like not everybody's the same. And I don't know how to describe it. We can go on and on and on here, okay? But it's just like, even when it comes to like Bible study or religion, right? There's a lot of people, because of their experience with it, then they like be like, nah, that group is like this way. Them people like this, because but that was your lived experience. And aren't you being judgmental because you judged based off of your experience in childhood of this group of people that just didn't represent the whatever, right? You know, but it's not in a way of judging. It's more of like having compassion. This is why we got to check ourselves. And this is why I love conversations. You know, if anywhere we can be in spaces where people can just have open conversations, you know, maybe if you, I don't know, there's so many things. I can get very passionate, but yes, the fear of that. Yeah, but yes, yes, exactly. It takes a while to finally see the lighthouse in a sea fog, but if you don't keep the light on, how? Yes, Jeff. And I felt like that deserved a snap. It felt poetic. It takes a while to finally see the lighthouse in a sea fog, but if you don't keep the light on, how? Yes. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite song of all time? Oh, thank you for asking me this, B Mills. Oh my gosh. First of all, actually, how could you ask me such a question? Song of all time? I thought I was excited because I love music. Yeah. And then I just realized you just asked me of all time. And I'm like, how can I do that? Dang, one song? I can tell you probably. Shoot, no, I can't tell you that. I can't pick one song. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. We're gonna be here all day. We're gonna take up the whole live, and this live is until 8:30. But I will say, uh, shoot, dang it, I don't know, frick. See, I was excited about music, and now I just chill. Okay, let me come back to that. Let me come back to that. Can they find you? Do you believe in the 13th astrology sign? No, actually, I don't. And I saw some stuff about that, and I just turned my head and not listened to it because listen, everybody keep trying to bring extra stuff and complicate stuff. Okay, and I'm tired of it. Just keep the same thing. Stop trying to complicate things. I'm just kidding. But no, I don't. I don't like. No. I don't believe in it. But let me not. I'm not being judgmental. If you do, or anybody else, I don't know why I'm doing this. Why do people do this? This is like, do you see a lot of business people do this? This is random. I just felt like that's a random thing, but Bill's me. How you gonna say I talk too much, but then you asking me questions back to back, and maybe you're saying I talk too much because I'm not even seeing your. Yeah, I do talk a lot. That's what lives are about. Talking. You know what I'm saying? My favorite childhood movie. Wow, you're asking great questions. Yeah, maybe I do talk too much because I didn't even get to see these questions. My favorite childhood movie. Shoot. Dang, I'm not good at being put on the spot to things when it comes to like questions because yes, I do know. Love don't cost a thing. I don't know if that would be a childhood. That's more of a teenager. But love don't cost a thing. I really like that. And that actually is a good thing. I'm gonna talk about that because that intertwines with this conversation that we're having. That's the hardest part, checking ourselves. Yeah, honestly, it's important to, that's growth. And we are who we attract, essentially. You hear that, right? And it's like, don't you want to be able to attract people who are not like that, judgmental, who can see both sides, who can hold you with compassion? If you make a mistake or if you say something wrong or da 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 da, don't you want those people in your circle? So you got to make sure that you are, doing that for yourself. For sure. But it's an ongoing thing. It's like having compassion with ourselves. If we like realize we're being judgmental, I mean, we're just trying here. But it's just about self-awareness. Why is this blurry? It's just like being self-aware. And speaking of being self-aware, that's where it came to me of like the existence of oh my gosh, I've been talking this whole time and I was supposed to be on YouTube live and I haven't even been paying attention to YouTube. So this whole time YouTube live is going to see me talking to somebody else. Marked02, what's up? I'm trying to get, okay, why does my phone keep doing that? Phone, can you stop? Oh Oh my gosh. It keeps getting blurry on me. Okay. Dice. Okay. Dice. What's up, Dice? I feel like you have to engage with people who come on the live, so I'm trying to do better at that. But what I do want to say is, speaking of my childhood movie, you know when you watch movies and you have to watch them multiple times because you miss stuff. As an adult now, when I was watching it, I used to like this. There was a main character. She was Christina Milian, if you know her, beautiful. And she was wearing. I recently realized she was wearing a necklace with a cross, but it had her sign in the movie, Virgo. So it was a cross with Virgo on it. And I never freaking saw that. I didn't see that. And I'm like, when I was a kid, wasn't even thinking about spirituality or astrology. And I'm just like, it's crazy how like the things that we were drawn to, like even the little bits of that, and now that represents me right now. That's how I feel like I am. Like but it's hard for me to be loud about it because there's not enough spaces, because it seems like one or the other in so many things. There's not enough of blendedness in areas. Why can't you be this and that? Why do you have to be just this? Why do you have to be confined in that? Why can't you you know? And but then, or maybe there are people who's doing that, and maybe I'm new to this. What happened to why the light went up so high? I'm not sure, but it's like being able to find or at least create spaces where there can be multi-dimensional, multi things. You can be multiple things at once. You can, I mean, that's a part of your identity. You can be whoever you want to be that feels aligned to you. So anyways, that was interesting. All right. Anybody have any final questions? We're at 8:23 right now. Yes, Jeff. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. I don't like to be put in a box. I don't. Yeah. I was thinking of some things from that. So and that honestly, let's talk about Aquarius, because Jeff, you're an Aquarius like me. Sorry, I'm putting your astrology. I'm not putting your astrology, but I'm telling you, I say your Aries moon in your astrology. Hope you don't mind that you're an Aquarius. But I was just saying as an Aquarius, because that's a saying. I mean, like that's a big thing, Aquarius, and not wanting to be put in a box, and being able to find community who are like-minded, who are open to multiple things, right? Or into multiple things, or think different ways outside the box, blah, blah, blah. Do things kind of unconventionally. So we're moving into Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. And then also, even if people know about astrology, like we've been on the North Node, which is like, just let's call it the soul path of everybody right now, okay? And that's in Pisces. So a lot of people have been coming into spirituality, but it's like different. It's like whether you're spiritual and you're open, or are you going back to religion, or are you going There's a lot of people finding like now leading with something bigger than themselves, right? And having to trust and bring in the faith and having to push forward, even if they can't see it, and having to heal. There's like, that's been a big theme for the past couple of years because of that Piscean. It's called the Pisces North Node. If you want to look that up and learn more about that, that's what we've been going through for these past couple of years. But now the North Node is going to be entering into Aquarius in a couple of months ish, I believe, but soon, like within a couple of months. And now that is going to bring in people. A lot more people are going to be like wanting to be more unconventional and do things like, and like blend different things. And like, that's going to be a lot of people's experience, as you're already probably experiencing that. And so for me as an Aquarius, and any Aquarius, is just kind of like, we are always ahead, not meaning like, oh, we're so ahead, but no, like literally we move, where it's just like, we see the future in a sense, or we just are always that. And for me, it can feel lonely because people are not there yet. Even with like what I'm like, the events and that I put out, I'm just like, guys, like I figured it out. And I feel like people are like, what the freak? Like you don't. But don't you see? Like this is like, you know, and it's just like, and then I have to remind myself like, people may not understand like that yet, you know, like they may not understand. But then it's like, okay, well, like that's sad. You mean I have to just wait until people like can get it, and that's how I can dim my light? Because then it's like maybe I'm crazy, or maybe I'm doing too much, or maybe maybe I should just go and do what everybody else is doing. I mean, not really that, but like maybe I need to tone it down a notch. You're talking about turn up the volume. Trailblazers, make a new path for others to walk on. Yes, Jeff. But it's like having to stay true to that part of you, even though people don't get it right now, or people don't see it, or people don't understand, blah, blah, blah. But you got to stay true. You got to be solid. You got to be stand firm, stand tall, 10 toes. Okay, let me not say stuff like that. I don't even know that. I should know what that means, but I forgot. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, we're just delete that, what I just said. But yeah, but staying true, staying solid in your identity, regardless of what else is happening around you, staying solid to that path that you're walking on. SMG Tendo, stay solid in that path that you're walking on. Okay, Vic, stay solid in the path that you're walking on. That's not a taco. Cake, strawberry, stay solid even if others, the outside, you don't see things. Stay solid, okay, in your identity, in the path, all the things. Okay, 2 more minutes. Anybody have any questions or last final comments as we close this session? Rising Sun. I like just calling people out. Lives are very humbling because you see people come in and out, and you'd be thinking, oh, like, hey, you here for the party? And they like, nah, shut the door right in your face. Girl, you boring. Get your excitement up. I'm just kidding. I'm just excited. I haven't really engaged with people in a while. You guys, for this 5 people on here, for whatever reason, you sit here watching me. You just know these are the most people I've talked to because I had to stay. Because of what I'm doing, and I can't, and I had to really protect my energy. Oh my gosh, I swear. I sometimes, being a private, be able to protect, you got to be discerning what you put out there on the internet. But sometimes I just be like, man, can I just tell my life? Can I just tell everything? Like, I just would be like, man, I just like, oh gosh, life is interesting. Life is interesting. Whatever reason. What do you mean, whatever reason? Wait, what are you saying that to, Jeff? Oh my gosh. Speaking of life. Okay. Wait, hold on. Let me see who's. Hello? Hey, bro! I'm on live. Say hi to my live. I'm just kidding. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, I can't put you. Okay, I'm on live. I'll come back. But hey, I'll call you back, okay? Okay, everybody. Okay, I'm about to put out a project that is telling us everything. Oh, snap, Omar. Okay, T. Let's go to Omar's page. When is it? When that project coming out? Drop the dates here. I thought I was here in support. Wait, what do you mean? I'm just talking, Jeff, so I don't know really what I'm saying. So whatever I said a minute ago, it's I don't even know where it is. I don't even know where it is. I just said I remember what I said is the last couple of minutes. Does anybody have any final thoughts or any final questions or any final things that you want to end on um to close this out? I know, Jeff. See, this is why lives are boring. This is why you guys need to come to the virtual events so we can actually have see, because this live I really like. This is why I like Zoom video chats, video calls, or in person, so we can really have a conversation. So first of all, I can pick on people who are being, because there's people in groups that just be like watching from the sidelines and then don't be talking. And I'm like, you haven't been saying anything. Sabrina, what's your thoughts? Kayla, what do you feel about this? You've been a little quiet, sweetie. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. I don't do that. Listen, also, I don't act this. I'm discerning of the group. Okay, thank you, Kayla. How do you get a reading here? You're like the third person that's asked me about readings, so that's my sign that I need to actually start promoting my readings. Actually, I haven't been focusing on readings right now, unless you're like in the circle, like you've been in past events. But I don't do readings on live, but I will be doing readings soon. So just follow my page and be on the lookout for the readings. Okay. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm just trying to ground myself because I was a little excited. Oh, you're following? What's your solid astrology sign, Kayla? Kayla, you're gonna be the last closing for us. We were talking about this new moon energy, which, by the way, is tomorrow. I thought the new moon was today, but I checked in Libra. Oh my goodness, perfect. So Libra, you are the opposite sign. The new moon right now is in Aries, and we were talking about identity and being courageous and going after what we want and being bold and loud in our in the identity, but also independently, and Libra being the opposite sign of like, not really, and may not be your experience because you may have other stuff in your chart, but Libra is usually more partner sign. They're more like accommodating to others, or like more focused on like how other people feel, and maybe are not really as like maybe bold in themselves as they should be, because they're conscious of other people's feelings and how other people, wanting everybody to feel good. And maybe once again, I think for you, the biggest thing is how you can be more independent and do things independently. So is any of that coming up in your life? And then tell us the full story. I'm just kidding. We don't have time for that. And I want you to write a whole list, but yeah, kind of just like sending that to you, like thinking about what, even things that came up this week and what you want to really like learn of, like, what, I don't need anybody else to do this. I want to really like go out and do this by myself, and like, yeah, I feel like that feels you'll probably know what that means. So yes, well, it's been a pleasure being here. Honestly, you guys got me fired up. So let me just shout out to everybody who came on the live today. Honestly, this is why I love people. I love people. You guys are great. You bring so much. You made me feel, I'm about to get so emotional here. Also, Chiron is in Aries, and if anybody knows about astrology, Chiron, it's about the wound. So if any emotions have been feeling like more like, ooh, like past stuff may have come up, or anything like a wound getting like retouched, or just maybe more feelings or stuff like that. I don't know if you guys feel that I have, and just like songs that bring up wait, what happened? Songs that bring up memories and things, and it's just like, can you go away? I'm trying to be great in my new life. Thank you. So maybe that made a personal thing for me, but yeah, I just want to say thank you all for being here. Okay. And yeah, this is gonna be the end. Omar, I'm so happy we haven't chatted in a while. You were so a part of and I'm so excited, that to see you here and be a part of this and bring your energy. Just you guys give so much. So anyways, all right, it's time for me to go. I hope you guys have a good night. do some self-care for yourself. Every new moon or full moon is all the moons connects to our feelings and our way of self-care. So it's an Aries, so maybe do some exercise if you haven't been exercising. Maybe once again go dance, go do whatever you feel. Put yourself out there, be bold and take a risk and do 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 hey do 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 do. I'm going out. Hey, we are going out. Hey, you can't believe me now. Bye. And bye here. Bye. That was a live that nobody showed up to on YouTube, but okay, I'm gonna stop.